Good morning. We have a possible trend reversal on British pound Australian dollar pair. As you can see, I've got this is kind of the typical setup that I use. You can see the daily, the 4, and the 1. You can kind of take a look at this. Let's just look at the daily for a second. So this is kind of interesting. We've got on the daily, there was a bit of a range here that looks like it maybe tried to break out and maybe didn't, but what this reminds me of really is more of a move from here getting retested right today, right? So you can see this move coming down. The range, it almost looks like it thought it wasn't in this range anymore. Like this range was kind of drifting up and this is drifting down. So these are really almost two different ranges from here to here versus here to here. And this is the breakdown point on the daily, and you can see the price is kind of channeled up to this point again, and then now it appears to be failing on its own channel line, which is interesting. After a it's kind of inside-ish bar. It's not really, but you can definitely see that it has broken below the prior day's low as well, which is another sort of traditional sell signal. So that's interesting. We'll look at the 4. And on the 4, you can see this a little bit more clearly. You can see that there was pretty clearly this kind of a pattern here where it was almost kind of like a consolidation and then breakdown here, and then we're back up to this area for this whole move, and then you can kind of see that, yeah, that there's this channel and it's got its 3 legs, and then it's just starting to break through itself there. I don't know. I mean, you look at that and it sort of seems like it might might bounce back up. It doesn't look like it's that strongly bearish, but I don't know. I like the way the daily looks specifically, which is kind of interesting. We go to the 1. And we can see on the 1 that this is a really clean 4-line trend line that it just kind of ran through. And what interests me about this is a couple of things. You can see I've got a stop order sitting here. So we've got this kind of leg down here, and instead of bouncing back up like it had been, it just kind of went sideways, drifted right through the trend line. But what's interesting here is you can see that the trend line is here and that the hourly bars are wicking through it and failing. And so I think that that's an indication that maybe the market, A, is respecting the trend line, and B, has decided that it wants to be on the other side of it. Now, I don't entirely trust this for a number of reasons. I kind of, I don't know, I kind of feel like it's because it's drifting and it hasn't, moved down sharply or anything. It could just go right back up. So what I've done here is I put it in a stop order, and this actually I need to move this down just a little bit because the spread's kind of a bit on the wide side. Put that. So so now I'm going to use a stop order to enter this. So if it were to hit the stop order, it would mean that really what had happened here was we've got a spike down in a range going through the trend line, and then the range would be broken to the downside, which would be another typical breakout move. And so that would be kind of a, in addition to even looking at the trend line type thing. So that's good. So I'm going to wait for that. As you can see, these are really small positions. I don't, I'm not playing with a lot. I'm just trying to learn this just the same way everyone else is. maybe we'll wait a couple of years and these numbers might be bigger, but who knows? So there's that. So I'm just going to wait and see what happens on this. I think that the daily really takes precedence here. So the fact that you do have this, you could call it an L1 breakdown, but you do have the fact that the daily has gone below the previous day's low, and it's up in this area where it looks like, hey, we're wanting to retest this breakdown. I think that's pretty good. It's not good from the standpoint of this being kind of a strong move up. There's a chance that this could go down and then need to test the top of this again, which could be problematic, but we'll see, which also means that I think there's a chance that if this does break down, that what you end up getting is a measured move. Let's see if maybe I can put something in here. That what you end up getting, no, that's not going to work, is a measured move of this leg just down to here. And then it might bounce back up again. So that's something I have to consider, is that, if it breaks down, it might just be trying to come down to here to retest this breakout area, and it might need to go back up again. So there's a chance that that could happen. I don't know if I want to take profit at a 1-to-1 in that case. It seems kind of crummy. So what I might do is if it does get down to this area, I'll probably just lock this off and let it tell me whether it wants to give me a lot more than that or not. That probably makes sense to me. So all right, I'm going to roll with that, and we'll see what happens. Thank you.